The Evls Prague Bodybuilding Show and Expo is right around the corner, so here's everything you need to know going into this show. I can't pronounce Evls very well, so I'll just be calling it the Prague for this video. The first thing to understand is that the Prague is a pro qualifier to go to the Olympia. So if you placed top 3 at the Olympia, you're already qualified. You don't need to re-qualify through another show, but if you're 4th and anywhere down, you do need to re-qualify. On the exception that you haven't won the Mr. Olympia before, if you've won the Mr. Olympia before, then you are qualified for life. There's been a lot of buzz about this show and the scene recently, and that it may even be the biggest show of the year, and for good reason. Let's start with men's open bodybuilding. The first person you should be looking out for is Martin Fitzwater. Martin Fitzwater took 4th place at this year's Mr. Olympia and will need to win this show to re-qualify for next year's. Now, Martin Fitzwater is a force to be reckoned with. He's made so much improvement since 2023 and has put himself right in the discussion, 4th place in men's open bodybuilding at the Olympia, and was not even in the discussion the year before. Now, you would think since the top 3 Mr. Olympias are already qualified for next year, and I do believe Samson Dauda might be competing at the Arnold Classic, I do believe he announced that, you would think Martin Fitzwater would have this in the bag, being the 4th place, the first person in the rankings not to qualify. And that's what most people would think, but there's definitely a worthy challenger on the horizon. In this year's Mr. Olympia, Chris Bumstead, 6-time Classic Physique champ, has retired. Now, Chris Bumstead did not retire because he's off his game. You could make the debate to say that he's the best now that he's ever been, but he has a new daughter and he just became a husband and wants to spend time with his family. Knowing the damages your body takes in bodybuilding, it's a very respectable cause, and I have a lot of respect for Chris for doing this. But he said, since I'm already dieted down, since I'm already stage ready, all I have to do is maintain for a couple weeks, I am going to switch from Classic Physique to open bodybuilding and compete in the Prague. Now, Chris Bumstead did start his career in open bodybuilding, but has been in Classic Physique for a very long time now, many years. Now, Classic Physique has a weight cap, which means you can only get so heavy to compete. While open bodybuilding, there is no weight cap. There is only about a month in between the Prague and the Olympia coming first. Do I think Chris could be a very successful open class bodybuilder? Of course, he is the standard. But we are not seeing Chris at the biggest he can get because he is coming right off of the Olympia. He's going to be dieting. He doesn't have time to put on size and will put on no muscle from the Olympia to the Prague. So realize we are seeing Chris Bumstead in Classic Physique standards competing in the open bodybuilding. This is the crossover that some people predicted, but not many of us saw coming. So it will be very interesting to see the greatest Classic Physique competitor of all time step on stage next to the 4th best open class bodybuilder right now. But that does not mean there aren't other names in this show to look out for that could be serious threats. The third name to be mentioned is Shawn Martin. Shawn also holds a Mr. Olympia title as 2020's 212 Mr. Olympia. If you do not understand how crazy this show is by now, you have a 212 Olympian going against a Classic Physique Olympian going against a top 5 open class bodybuilder. Now, the 4th confirmed athlete and name to be mentioned is Marcelo De Angeles, otherwise known as Horse MD. Now realize for Chris and Shawn, they do not need this show to re-qualify for the Olympia, and Chris Bumstead does not plan to compete at next year's Olympia because he is retired. But for Martin and Marcelo, they need this show to qualify for the Olympia next year. Now, in my opinion, this was fantastic show selection from Martin. He is coming off his Olympia, so he is already dieted, and once he does this show, if he wins, he's re-qualified and has a whole off season to put on a bunch of size for the 25 Mr. Olympia. If Chris Bumstead had a couple years to put on size coming into this show, I totally think he would take first. But he is coming off a Classic Physique win, so in my opinion, Martin is just gonna walk away with this show. Other notable things to mention about this show: 8-time Mr. Olympia Ronnie Coleman will be hosting a meet and greet at the Expo, so if you are there, go meet Ronnie. I got the chance to meet Ronnie at the Arnold Classic, and he is just one of the nicest people you will ever meet. So get a chance to meet this legend while you can. And then also, Urs the Miracle Bear Kalahensky will be doing a guest posing at this show. Now, a guest posing means you are coming on stage, you are in your posing trunks, you are posing, but you are not actually competing. You are not competing for the placings. You are just there as a guest for your fans to come and watch you and interact. But if you've kept up with this channel, I am a massive Miracle Bear fan. In 2025, we will get to see Mike Sommerfeld and Urs battle it out for the Classic Physique Olympia title, and I am rooting for Urs all the way. So as a bodybuilding fan, this mashup of athletes is crazy, and I'm so excited. And as a Miracle Bear fan, I am ecstatic to see him step on stage once again. This show will take place November 16th and 17th, so mark your calendars for this one. Now, I've looked at the website and on the Instagram, and right now I cannot find anything about a live stream or a pay-per-view to watch this showing. Now, personally, I don't see how they wouldn't have a live stream. It would be stupid because they would bring in so much revenue from how many people want to see this show. This is my first year watching this show, so I'm not sure if they had live streams or pay-per-views in past years. So if you know, comment down below, but as of right now, nothing has been announced. Tickets are also sold out, so if you wanted to get your tickets for this show, I'm sorry, you are too late. As of now, they are sold out. Now, there are some rumored athletes that could be competing in this show that aren't confirmed yet, being Neckzilla, Andrew Jacked, and Ramon Dino. Personally, I do not think we will see Andrew Jacked at this show. That, I think, is just a rumor because he has already announced he's going to compete in the Arnold Classic, and I think it would be pretty much pointless for him to do this show. I doubt we'll see Neckzilla either. Is it possible? Maybe, but I feel like just very recently I've seen updates from him where he's not been dieting for a show, so I do not think we will see Neckzilla. But Ramon Dino is very hyped up. He's already dieted down from the last Olympia, and he even reposted something saying that it would be awesome for him to compete in this show. There's a lot of things backing up the rumor that Ramon might announce that he will be doing this show. But that is it for this video. Comment down below, do you think that Chris can beat Martin? I'm Riley Ott. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe because it boosts the algorithm. I appreciate it so much. I read every single comment. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me over there. I post bodybuilding news on my story so you can stay in the loop. And I also do photo shoots of myself that I take, and they are pretty cool, so go check it out. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.